to go?
Okay, we are live now.
Okay. সকলোকে আকৌ এবাৰ নমস্কাৰ জনাইছো আৰু স্বাগতম জনাইছো এনাজৰিৰ এই প্লেটফৰ্মটোলৈ আমাৰ হোমবৰীয়া লাইভ সেশনটোলৈ ক্লাইমেট ডায়ালগছ ৱে ফৰৱাৰ্ড আজি এইটো আমাৰ 9th সেশন আৰু I think that's a very good start. আৰু আজি আমাৰ সেশনত আছে আমাৰ উত্তৰ পূৰ্বাঞ্চলৰ বতৰ বিজ্ঞান গৱেষণাৰ এজন অন্যতম পায়োনিয়াৰ প্ৰফেসৰ সঞ্জয় শৰ্মা স্যাৰ তেখেত কোহিমা সায়েন্স কলেজৰ ফিজিক্স ডিপাৰ্টমেন্টৰ মুৰব্বী অধ্যাপক মই বিদ্যুতক অনুৰোধ জনাইছো ছাৰৰ বিষয়ে অকমান সমুখে ক'বলৈ then we will go to the main session.
Namaskar সকলোকে আৰু thank you নবনীতা আৰু welcome Sanjay Sharma sir. It's good to have you on the floor. So Sanjay Sharma sir বিষয়ে আমি বহুত দিনৰ পৰা বহুত কথা শুনি আহিছো ছাৰৰ ষ্টুডেন্ট মোহেন কোঁৱৰ আমাৰ এই সিৰিজটোৰ প্ৰথম গেষ্ট আছিলে মোহেন কোঁৱৰ সো তেখেতৰ মুখেদি শুনিছো তেখেতৰ PhD গাইড আছিলে So formal introduction দিবলৈ Professor Sanjay Sharma sir ঘৰ Pathshalat তেখেতে পিছে schooling তেখেতৰ Meerutত then he graduated from Bajali College and then did masters and then did Ph.D. from Gauhati University, completed his Ph.D. in 1995 and then he joined Kohima Science College in 1997. So Kohima Science College tekhete atmospheric physics aru electronics tekhetor teaching aru gobeshona obbahato rakhise titiare pora aru atmospheric science jitu amar session bilakor mul bishoy bostu tekhete cloud or morphological and microphysical properties study korise aru quantitative estimation of precipitation tar logot tekhet jorito thunder cloud electrification and lightning kheyao te gobekhonar onnotom bishoy bostu aru tekhete Kohima Science College Atmospheric Science Research Center eta establish korise to study convective systems in northeastern and eastern parts of India. In addition to that, he had also established a subsidiary research laboratory in West Bengal as well to study the same subject. And আমি ছাৰৰ বিষয়ে ছাৰৰ কথা আৰু শুনি থাকিম কিন্তু তাৰ ইমানখিনি গৱেষণা কৰাৰ পাছতো ছাৰৰ পেছা কাৰণে সময় অলপমান থাকিলে ছাৰে গাৰ্ডেনিং বনসাই takes a lot of time bonsai making কৰি ভাল পায় ট্ৰেকিং কৰি ভাল পায় আৰু ফটোগ্ৰাফি I think নাগালেণ্ডত জিতু ঠাইত ছাৰ থাকে জুটছুমা ভেলি তাত থাকিলে ফটোগ্ৰাফি অটোমেটিক্যালি এটা চখ হৈ যায় কিজানি আমি মোহেন কোঁৱৰৰ ক্ষেত্ৰতো দেখিছো So yeah, with this brief introduction sir again welcome to the platform আৰু নবনীতাই প্ৰশ্ন আৰম্ভ কৰাৰ আগতে সৰু প্ৰশ্ন এটাৰে মই আৰম্ভ কৰো স্যাৰ আপোনাৰ জন্ম পাঠশালাত কিন্তু স্কুলিং মেৰটত how was it like apuni merit keneke gol pale pathshalar pura
no it is more enigmatic mane janmo to more exactly my bomb North Kashmir but actually my father was posted in PWD so it was a transferable job and so finally he settled in the Pathshala te enekai amar tapisor schooling allow deutar allow posting asile UP on deputation for some time so etu kane allow ami UP to asilu kisu din the schooling more tate hol tapisor deutar ghuri ahile okhomot he was in state PWD so that's why it was quite mobile structure
okay
but finally we settled to Pathshala now
okay so Nobonita to me I think we will begin with your flow
Yeah, thank you Vitu আৰু স্যাৰ আমাৰ মঞ্চলৈ আপোনাক আকৌ এবাৰ স্বাগতম জনাইছো মেইন মূল প্ৰশ্নলৈ যোৱাৰ আগতে আপুনি এটমস্ফেৰিক সায়েন্সত বহুত দিনৰ পৰা জড়িত হৈ আছে and we know you are one of the leaders of atmospheric science research in our area, especially in our area. So hekarne কিন্তু আপোনাৰ কেৰিয়াৰটো এটমস্ফেৰিক সায়েন্সৰ পৰা এক্স্যাক্টলি আৰম্ভ হোৱা নাই, আপোনাৰ PhD ৰেডিঅ' কমিউনিকেশ্যন। সো আপুনি অকমান আমাক আপোনাৰ PhD বিষয়ে প্ৰথমতে ক'ব নেকি? তাৰ পিছত আমি ইভেন্টুৱেলি এটমস্ফেৰিক সায়েন্সলৈ মুভ কৰিম।
Okay, thank you, Dr. Novanita and Dr. Vidyut, মোক invite কৰাৰ কাৰণে। It is really my honor and privilege to share the platform with all of you. And it is my immense pleasure to be here. So as regarding my PhD research and then coming to the atmospheric science, actually basically it was in microwave propagation from physics department and electronics specialization, radio physics mainly. And jeta ami radio physics propagation study kuru, atmosphere by default ahi jay into the picture because propagation is through the atmosphere. So at that time our main concern was on the microwave fading, attenuation, there how the link, because we were using for our study post and telegraph telecom department of microwave links, which everyone dekha paye along the railway track or this, because big towers are there, and some microwave links we use for the railway department also. So their link performance we studied during our PhD time, and with respect to the performance with respect to the atmospheric parameter, because depending upon the different frequencies, different atmospheric phenomena or parameters affect. Now, for example, jodi ami X band radar means higher frequency. It is like a DTH frequency, which we receive direct to home TV, 11 gigahertz. That everyone observe that whenever there is a rain, signal get disturbed, we don't get the channels. So invariably, when rain affect the signal performance or quality of the signal. And similarly, in lower frequencies also, rain iman effect no kore, kintu radio refractive index, which is a function of temperature, humidity. So that profile, what type of profile it is. So depending upon that, lower frequencies are affected, and subsequently the microwave links performance is affected. So at that time, our main concern was how microwave links performance is affected by the atmospheric parameters. So that was the starting point to know about our atmosphere. And after my PhD, we were quite involved with the atmospheric parameter, particularly raindrop size distribution, because that was the parameter, raindrop size distribution, which is very much used to study the microwave attenuation at higher frequencies, at 11 gigahertz, which we use for our DTH also. So that was our point where we were introduced with the atmospheric through microwave communication.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
that's really interesting. Karan heto apunar PhD 1997 ot hoisile no 1995 ot hoise sir
95 ot, yes.
Yeah. So I think that time awareness about climate science or atmospheric sciences were not, I mean, human awareness of homot kizani nasile, but still you were studying atmospheric science, I would say indirectly.
Yes. It was indirect, in fact.
Yes.
Then gradually after my PhD, then we got the opportunity to work in the one national radar facility was there, MST radar facility. It was newly started. So it was in Tirupati. Now it is known as a National Atmospheric Research Laboratory. And that time, it was in 97 or 98, it just started as a facility. So their mandate was different, and there people used to be invited for doing some experiment with the radar. That radar was built by the Samir to study the mesosphere, stratosphere, and troposphere also. So it was a very big radar at VHF frequency. And it then they used to call for proposal to conduct some experiment, and তেতিয়া মই apply কৰিলো on a convection study. And because that radar vertical, basically it was a vertical wind profiler, it giving the wind up to very high altitude, up to 300 up to 100 kilometer, touching up to that ionosphere. So that was then starting point really with the atmospheric science. Before that, it was indirect. So through a National MST radar facility, I came to atmospheric science, and there it was a very good concept at that time to invite the user scientists to go there to do the experiment. And along with the radar, there were some other instruments also, which any user through the proposal can utilize those data, like distrometer, very famous instrument to measure the drop size distribution. So that was also available there. So through that experiment, so campaign was conducted at that time. People from different parts of the country, they were in a group, and the group-wise campaigns were conducted for the, it was known as very famous experiment or campaign, convection and precipitation experiment. Still data is available for that, because it was a very integrated campaign, where along with the MST radar instrument, satellite data, and data from the Chennai radar, all they were combined together and used by the user to find out the physics of the convective system. So that is a very big boost to, particularly to my career also as an atmospheric scientist. And after that, in 2001, I got the junior associate program of fellowship or associateship in the ICTP, Trieste, Italy. And their physics and weather group is there, headed by Dr. Filippo Giorgi. He is the pioneer for regional model, regional climate model. So I got the opportunity to work with him also for the modeling. And there I met many renowned scientists from all over the world. That was the really quite triggering point for me to really come into that atmospheric science. And after that experience, gradually, then I applied for a project to the ISRO under RESPOND program. And that was the beginning for me to go for the homegrown research, because through that project, I could get some students. And 2 students I got in that my first project. One is, as Dr. Vidyut Goswami has mentioned, Mohen Kormar. So Mohen joined in that project along with one more friend, Diganta Sharma. So both of them, they joined the project. Diganta Sharma, Bajali College of associate professor, is a very good researcher. And both of them, they joined, and then really homegrown research in atmospheric sciences started.
Yes. Yes, sir, that's really interesting. Aru apuni jetia apunar story khini koi ase, I could relate so much je amar path to ane bidyutio সম্ভৱ relate কৰিব পাৰিব যে আমাৰ পাথটো মোটামুটি আপোনাৰ নিচিনাই যে আমি physics department at Gauhati University masters কৰিলো আৰু we didn't even aware the atmospheric science to এনেকে researcher হৈ career এটা আগবঢ়াই নিব পাৰি, and then we came to this field like you. আৰু তাৰ পাছত কিছুমান triggering point হ'ল যে okay, this is really interesting, and then it can be taken for I mean আগলৈ লৈ যাব পাৰি. Yeah, so আপুনি কৈ থাকোতে কথাখিনি শুনি খুবেই ভাল লাগিছে, আৰু যেতিয়া মই এই সেশনটো প্ল্যান কৰি আপোনাক মাতিম বুলি ভাবিছিলো, ফোনটো কৰাৰ আগতে আজি আমাৰ লগত আৰু এজন নৰ্মেলি মানে আমি তিনিজনে প্ৰগ্ৰামটো আৰম্ভ কৰিছিলো, সাগৰময় ফুকন, বাট তেওঁৰ শাৰীৰিক অসুস্থতাৰ কাৰণে যোৱা কেইটামান সেশনত অনুপস্থিত হৈ আছে। So আমি যেতিয়া সেশন বিলাক প্ল্যান কৰিছিলো, তেতিয়া আমাৰ এটা গোল আছিল যে আমি অ্যাৱাৰনেস বা কমিউনিকেশন টাইপ এটা সেশন ৰাখিম। আৰু আজিৰ সেশনটো আপোনাক মাতাৰ আগতে মই বিদ্যুতক কৈছিলো যে আপোনাৰ পৰা আমি হিষ্ট্ৰী অফ এটমস্ফেৰিক সায়েন্স ৰিসাৰ্চ ইন নৰ্থ ইষ্ট ইণ্ডিয়া সেই পাৰ্টিকুলাৰ ফোকাসটো ৰাখি পেলাই আমি সেশনটো প্ল্যান কৰিম। গতিকে আপুনি যেতিয়া কথাখিনি কৈছে মানে শুনি খুবেই ভাল লাগিছে, আৰু তাৰ লগতে আপোনাৰ পৰা এতিয়া আমি এটো কথা জানিবলৈ ভাল পাম, আপুনি যেহেতু ইমান আগৰ পৰা যেতিয়া এটমস্ফেৰিক সায়েন্সৰ বিষয়ে ইমান এৱাৰনেস নাছিলে, মানে আমাৰ সময়তে নাছিলে, আমি 2006ত মাষ্টাৰ যেতিয়া কৰি আছিলো তেতিয়াই নাছিলে। সো আপুনি ইমান আগৰ পৰা যেহেতু কৰি আছে, সো এতিয়াৰ পৰা আজিৰ ডেটলৈকে আপুনি গৱেষণাৰ ক্ষেত্ৰখনত আছে, আপোনাৰ PhD আপুনি হেৰি কৰিছে, সুপাৰভাইজ কৰিছে, এই গোটেই সময়খিনিত আপোনাৰ আৰম্ভণি দিনটোৰ পৰা আজি দিনটোলৈকে আপোনাৰ মানে আপুনি ইভলিউশন অফ এটমস্ফেৰিক সায়েন্স ইন দ্য নৰ্থ ইষ্ট ইণ্ডিয়া বুলি ক'লে কেনেকুৱা ধৰণে আপুনি দেখিছে? ইজ ইট শ্লো, ইটস গোইং গুড, বা লট অফ improvement is necessary considering the infrastructure, funding, or whatever? So sir, evolution to kenikwa sir?
Evolution, it is quite interesting, and how it evolved already mane eta hint apni paise, because we are from that middle generation. Before us also agote eta old generation asile in late 60s and early 70s. Ahomot and northeast tinita saita man university ionospheric study was going on. Basically it was from the physics department, and that too from electronics again, because the ionospheric communication or mid frequency or high frequency communication was very much common, and that communication frequency, that communication take place through the ionosphere. So it was the need of the hour to time out, let's explore the ionosphere, because the ionosphere has its geo variability, then its diurnal variability, how it affects the communication system. With that, research in the northeastern region was started in late 60s. So basically first ionosphere studies, it is known as a space science at that time. So space science study was there, where mainly ionosphere was studied, again with respect to the communication. Universities, Gauhati University was the pioneer, then Dibrugarh University, this work was going on, and even in 𝗏𝘃𝗃 University also some senior professors, they were conducting the ionospheric studies. Along with them, some defense labs, especially in 𝗏𝘃𝗃 Air Force Lab, they were also conducting this ionospheric research in the northeastern region to characterize the ionospheric properties. So basically it was the research to radio and space physics or domain of Pathshala. And then gradually in 80s, then as communication mode changed, as communication frequencies were changed, they were going for the higher frequencies like 11 gigahertz, which I mentioned. That communication take place in the lower troposphere, in the tropospheric region, and that is where our atmosphere exists. So we are from that second generation, where people, they studied the communication through the troposphere. It means how the atmosphere affect like that. And with that, gradually, then from our time onward, the consciousness to study the atmosphere, it really triggered. And then gradually the atmospheric science as a separate entity got the recognition in Northeast India. Of course, in rest of the India and in the global level, it was at a very advanced level. Research on atmospheric science was going on, but in northeastern region we can say that from 80s onward, homegrown, because IMD scientists work station in Delhi and Calcutta, they were using the data of their IMD data from that network and studying the atmospheric condition over northeast region, including thunderstorm. But that was, it was not a homegrown research. Homegrown research started on atmospheric science in 80s. And after that, group in Gauhati University, Dibrugarh University, and even in Kohima Science College, we started full-fledged atmospheric science research. And then again, one ISRO organization, Northeast Space Application Center, it was also established in 90s. And they also have one of the program in atmospheric science and atmospheric and space science. So that also has triggered the awareness about the atmospheric science research in northeastern region. And they have good facilities there, and because they have a national mandate. And along with that, at present, some facilities, they have installed the radar also, 𝘂𝑦𝑒𝑐, Doppler weather radar. So, and even in Gauhati University also now ST radar is installed, commissioned. Of course, it is still under the trial stage. Hopefully, it will be fully commissioned, and it will be very good facilities to probe the stratosphere and troposphere, the wind structure, which will be very helpful for the monsoon studies. And so things are now has reached at a very satisfying point that where all the infrastructures are there. Of course, many certain issues are there that we will discuss in further discussion. But at the moment, now it is ready. Northeast is ready to take way forward the research in atmospheric science.
Yeah, it's really good to know. Mane apunar pora ei kothato duta karanot eta to is really good to know in itself. The Northeast is ready. Our second is apunar etu line and naturally leads to my following question. I was about to ask you the Northeast or infrastructure wise, I mean, observation, atmospheric observation lower to infrastructure. So how do you see it? So would you like to add, apuni kiba add koribo khojibo neki apunar maybe in little more detail, like how ready Northeast is and what are things Northeast still needs. For example, enekwa dhoroner instrument kiba jitu neki thokatu Northeastor karone bhal jihetu it's like heavily precipitating region in the whole world. Lightning is very heavy in Northeast. Orographic rainfall we can study in Northeast in great detail. Plus Northeast is not very directly related to, negatively correlated with the monsoon rainfall in central India.
Yes.
So keeping those issues in mind, Apuni kiba add koribo khojibo neki, like how ready Northeast is and what more Northeast needs for homegrown research?
Yes. Eta amar status to enaka ase ji some centers are there, including ISRO's Northeast Space Application Center, and then universities, it is there. But now how to go about it, or how to what is the way forward? And তারপর আরো একটা important development হয়েছে যে IITM, your institute from where you did your PhD, they have taken an initiative to install the lightning network all over the India, and even in Northeast states, in 7 stations, they have installed that lightning location sensors. So now that is one very good thing, is that lightning related study, we are at the part the national program, and there are lot of opportunities are there, and along with that ST radar is also there, because ST radar, the wind profiling, will give very important information about the convective, especially the third component, vertical velocity component. That is very difficult to measure by ground observation or from other observation. But with that, we will get full profile, height profile of vertical velocity. So these are very important and very unique instruments or facilities which will really propel the research in convective system. And along with that, that Doppler weather radar in NESAC is there, but that is the at S band. S band has its some limitation in that complex terrain of Northeast, because it is it is a lot of hills are there. So S band radar, beam blockage, and all these issues are there. So here, mane at a point I would like to emphasize is that we need more radars, particularly in X band radars, which have a short range and easy to install, relatively easy compared to the S band, and it is a mobile in nature also, so it can be shifted from one place to another place. So now the thing is, if some concentrated effort can be made, where we have radars, where we have wind profilers, and over that, always satellite earth observation, satellite data is always available in public domain, like GPM. Earlier there was a TRMM mission, and our own INSAT satellite observations are also available. So if some groups, if they can go for an integrated approach, then it will really lead to a very meaningful research in the Northeastern state. Now, this is the very big challenge. Facilities we have, of course, some more need to be added to is there to add some more. But still, to begin with, we have enough facilities. But now the thing is how to make some sort of a consortium and go in a unified manner, so that really, as a strong group of Northeastern state can be projected. Because right now, research is going on, but at a individual level, at individual labs. But there is a need to go for a concentrated effort as a very strong group, where people can participate. Even it can be in a campaign mode also. So some events, campaign can be done, and data can be analyzed. So now interfacing of these facilities is really a challenge. Facilities are there, but how user has to be interfaced with these facilities, how to get the data, all these things is there. So we have to really now look into it.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Yeah, apuni jito kotha koise, we really do need a concentrated group jone intensely collaboration or through kaam koribo bisare. And I think Northeast India itself is a highly rich resource from science background. Amar jenekwa terrain orography hog, geographical location hog, ba meteorologically jenekwa ami eventful hog, ba there is a jitu amar paleoclimate or falar pra Northeast is a very rich region. Bahiror scientists hakole bahut kam already kori ase. But I think এই সকলোবোৰ consider কৰি পেলাই আমাৰ বিজ্ঞানীসকল যদি আগুৱাই আহে যিসকলে individual level research কৰি আছে, and then they form a group collaboration or whatever, a unified effort. I think that will help the region a lot. আৰু ইয়াৰ পৰা আমি বহুতখিনি ইনপুটো পাম। সেই গোটেই কথাখিনি আধৰি ছাৰ মই আপোনাক এইটোৰে এটা পাৰ্ট হিচাপে সুধিব খুজিছো যে আমাৰ এৰিয়াটোত মানে নৰ্থ ইষ্ট উত্তৰ পূৰ্বাঞ্চল এৰিয়াটোত এটমস্ফেৰিক সায়েন্স ৰিচাৰ্চ কৰিবৰ কাৰণে কিবা ডেডিকেটেড ফাণ্ড বা ডেডিকেটেড এনেকুৱা ধৰণৰ কিবা এভেইলেবল ৰিচোৰ্চ আছে নেকি which is only for the atmospheric science research but in the northeastern region of India? তেনেকুৱা আপুনি কিবা জানে?
As such, for Northeast, there is one dedicated to Northeast research. Of course, ministry is there, donor ministry is there, but really they don't have a mandate to go for, particularly for atmospheric research. But nevertheless, like some funding agencies, we can start with the MOES, then Department of Space under the Respond program, and Ministry of Education. They have provision. They have provision for dedicated funding for different field, and atmospheric science is also there. From DST SARB also, there is a provision that for research in atmospheric science, they keep the funding. So funding is available. Personally, moi bhabu ji, funding is not an issue at the moment. The main issue is that the initiative by a researcher. That is somewhere, I think, from Northeast we are lacking. Because there is a general statement is there whenever we go for a meeting in Delhi or in Department of Space, that there is no enough proposal from the Northeast. So ball is in our court. Now the thing is, if our researchers or new researchers, those who have just started the career, if they try to make a good proposal and submit it, definitely, in my opinion, funding is not an issue. Funding is not an issue, provided it is a good proposal. And of course, technicalities are involved, because whenever any fund request is made or proposal is sent, depending upon first quality of the proposal is very important, and then second is the credential of the researcher, the person who has proposed that. So credential also is very important in the sense that it gives you the weightage to get the funding. For that, now it doesn't come by default. It has to go through the process. So here, that's what I always say, especially those who are new researchers. After PhD, they should be involved with the postdoc. That is must, actually, if you are really want to make a career in the research. And after getting a postdoc experience, where you get the feel of doing the independent research, and you publish some papers. So after that, I feel the researcher is ready to apply for the funding. And depending upon the quality and credential, funding is not an issue at all, especially for Northeast, because Northeast is still considered as an unexplored region in atmospheric science. People are looking forward to see more result or more work coming out from the Northeastern region. So, and moreover, now under new education policy, National Research Foundation is being created. That is under Ministry of Education, apart from MOES, Department of Space. It will be specially for the lecturers, the universities, faculty in the universities and colleges. So funding, one more option has come up. Earlier, UGC was also there, but it was not up to the mark. They were supporting some research, but at a very small scale. But I hope National Research Foundation under the new education policy, which has the mandate to encourage the research in the colleges and university, funding will be much more easier compared to earlier. But again, there are many funding sources, but main thing is the quality of the proposal and credential of the researcher or who has proposed the project.
Okay, yeah, that's good to know that funding is not an issue. We need good proposals. But since Apuni, you have got, like you have competed against different, like different branches of science. So how difficult or does it matter to compete against branches like royal subjects like physics, chemistry, mathematics? Because in India, atmospheric science is still a new topic, especially in Assam. So is there any perception or any amount of truth in the perception that getting funded for physics or chemistry or biology is a bit easier than it is to get funded in atmospheric sciences? Or is it changing with changing climate?
No, I think there's, if at all this manenaka perception, I say this is wrong perception. There's enough opportunity in atmospheric science. Sometimes I feel it is much more than physics and mathematics, pure physics, pure mathematics and chemistry. So, or it may not be much more, but at par with other subjects. There's issue of getting the funding, especially in the atmospheric side. It is not at all less than compared to others. It may be more.
Yeah, that's really great to know, actually. Yeah. আমি এতিয়া নেক্সট কুৱেশ্যনটোলৈ যোৱাৰ আগতে আপুনি অলৰেডি কিছু কথা মেনশ্যন কৰিছে। আমি আপুনি কৈছে যে উই আৰ কাইণ্ড অফ ৰেডি টু হেভ দ্য for the research in atmospheric science in our region. So sir, এনেকুৱা আপুনি যি সকল ষ্টুডেণ্টক মেণ্টৰ কৰিছে, আপোনাৰ তাত ষ্টুডেণ্টে PhD ডিগ্ৰী লাভ কৰিছে বা আপুনি ষ্টুডেণ্ট মেণ্টৰ কৰিছে, এতিয়া আপোনাৰ ইয়াতে এক্সপিৰিয়েঞ্চ কেনেকুৱা? মানে নৰ্থ ইষ্টৰ নট নৰ্থ ইষ্ট, আপুনি যেতিয়া মেণ্টৰ কৰিছে ষ্টুডেণ্টক, হাউ ডু ইউ ফিল এবাউট দেম? লাইক তেওঁলোকৰ compared to students from other parts of India or outside India, apuni kiba challenges feel korise neki, kiba improvement feel korise neki, mane dorkar boli bhabe neki, ba kiba dhoronor point apuni unukiaba khoje neki ji hokole future research scholar hokolok help koribo pare?
No, more experience with the research student is extremely good, and in that way, I consider myself quite lucky that I got very good students from very beginning. The most important point which I really look forward for a student is that whether they have that hunger or not to do the research. That is the triggering point actually. And once that is identified, then many things it can be overlooked. So that is the point from where actually we start or I start. And particularly as a personal experience, doing research at Kohima, it is considered to be a very isolated place. And people, even earlier, they didn't realize that something can be done in a place like Kohima, to be very frank. Because perception change from at the Delhi, people think in Northeast, very difficult to do the work. Once we come in a Northeast, then it's sitting at Gauhati, again thinking that doing work at Kohima or in Imphal or in Agartala, it will be very difficult. But there's nothing like that. Every place has its own advantage. Kohima also, or so-called interior area, which we call so-called. It is not exactly interior because nowadays, in the age of IT and internet, no place is interior. Everyone is a center or hub. So that is the advantage of power of the IT or internet, which has really helped. Of course, without internet, it would have been very difficult to continue research in so-called interior area. So starting a research at Kohima is a boon in disguise also, because it has its own advantage. Advantage of that, it is a bit isolated place, less distraction. And the students, those who come to the Kohima, they are really hungry to do the research. They are really looking forward, because coming to Kohima and doing research means they must have that dedication and vision that I have this plan, I will be going in that. And Kohima, compared to other or any interior place so-called, has less distraction. So once the students come here, they really concentrate in their work. And once the internet facility is there is no limitation. Projects, if it is there, funding is there. And if those facilities, if you or somebody can create, research can be done with the students here. As I already mentioned, that is the first point which it should be there in the student, that hunger. And when Mohan and Digan joined first in 2000, 2001, I really saw that hunger in them. And then we started really as a good team. And we had a very close relation, very closely we worked. It is a more or less like a very spiritually relation we had. Spiritual in the sense means we were just enjoying doing the research, forgetting about what will get outcome of this, what it will happen. Even students, they were not bothering about whether they will get job or not. They were just enjoying. That is the key point actually that student must have, that just do enjoy your work and come out with a good publications and look forward for more advanced research opportunities. And that way, so my experience with the students was very close and spiritual. And it was quite satisfying. And eventually, I consider the students, those who have done PhD from here, Mohan, Digant, and then one more student, Devojit Datta, is also there. তেওঁ পিছত 𝑁CMRWF join কৰিছে, the scientist C. And recently one student, Partha Roy, he joined Indian Meteorological Department. From here, he joined first as a postdoctoral fellow, national postdoctoral fellow at NARL Tirupati. And then just recently he got in IMD. So they were very hard workers. Some students like Digant Sharma, they joined Bajali College, and some other 𝗏𝘠𝗶𝗵 Mishra and Anal Sharma, they are in the college. Recently, 𝗏𝘠𝗵 Mishra, he got, of course, he has slightly deviated. He has become now controller of exam in 𝘏𝘁 University in Pathshala, newly created. So he got his professorship rank there. But hopefully he will be continuing his research from there itself. So students from a lab, we consider them as a brand ambassador. So once they do research here, work here 5-6 years, they carry the signature of this lab to the next or their next place, and they really, in fact, we get a bigger platform or bigger horizon through our research students when they join in other place. So it is a big thing, a very satisfying thing also. So that is the some short of our experience with the research scholar. Excellent. It is a very most satisfying experience working with the students.
Yeah, good to hear, sir. Karan mane ya apuni jitu kotha koise je Kohima Science College people think this is an interior place. Tatu tatu kam kora I would say, considering the rest of the India, probably kisuman infrastructure kijani okoman limited, internet or khupita hok kipa hok, but you have a very good experience, and that's really, really great. So sir, ami etia okoman ako science or টপিকলৈ আহো। সায়েন্সৰ টপিক মানে আপুনি আপোনাৰ কাৰেন্ট ৰিসাৰ্চ টপিকৰ বিষয়ে অকমসুময় ক'ব নেকি?
Okay. So as already I mentioned, research started with the microwave propagation, then shifting to the atmospheric science through national MST radar facilities, and then establishing our own research laboratory through projects. And so we started our research program in Kohima Science College in 2001 through first project under the RESPOND through the Department of Space. And because project provide the facility where you can get the scholarship or fellowship for the students. And because student research scholars are the key to do the research in any lab, because without the students, it is just impossible. That too with the teaching assignment.
Yes.
So
no, sir. মই আপোনাক মাজতে ৰখাইছো, আমাৰ কাৰণ সময় কমি আহিছে। মই সুধিব খুজিছো যে আপুনি currently কেনেকুৱা ধৰণৰ ৰিসাৰ্চত ইনভলভ হৈ আছে?
Yes, just I am coming to that point.
Okay.
So with that we started our lab. So after completing 6 major projects from ISRO, because ISRO I want to mention here, that is very important. And because when we did the ISRO program, we had access to the satellite data. And satellite data, once we have access for the research, that is a very big boon for any researcher. So this satellite data we utilize for our research purpose, for Earth observation system. So currently now, with one more project from the Ministry of Education, we are able to purchase some ground observations also, ground instrument also. So to combine together with the satellite as well as ground observation. So now at present, we have integrated approach of doing the research. We have 3 platforms we are integrating the three platforms: satellite observation, ground observation, and side-by-side model also. So to be very specific, WRF model. So our main objective at present is that we are studying the convective system over the northeastern region, both during the pre-monsoon as well as monsoon season. But at the moment, our emphasis is more on the pre-monsoon season, particularly with the thunderstorms. So we are now studying the pre-monsoon thunderstorms over the northeastern region. For that, we have ground observation. We measure the electric field of the thunderstorm, because when lightning is result of the breakdown of the atmospheric electric field. So we have a simultaneous observation of electric field of the thunder clouds, then lightning flash, how much lightning is taking place. And along with that, we have satellite observation. We continuously monitor the thunderstorm with the satellite also, at different sensors, with different sensors. And once we have these observations, we get the observation result. So that is one part of our research, that observational result. So we and we published that result. So mainly we found that over the eastern and northeastern, because eastern region is also very important, we can't see northeast in isolation, especially when thunderstorm is there, because majority of the thunderstorm, they originate from the eastern region, from Chota Nagpur Plateau, and then they shift to the northeastern part. So that is a very important aspect which also we have to look into, that we have to consider a bit extended region if we have to study the thunderstorms in our northeastern region. And side by side, so how it is moving, what is its life cycle, that we study, what is its track, in which direction it is moving, what is its duration, for how long it continue, that we are looking forward, or we are doing. And moreover, this, once we have observations, these observations we try to simulate also with the help of a WRF model. So that give another platform to study our thunderstorm activity in the northeastern region. Yes, please.
Okay. যিহেতু সময় কমি আহিছে, মই খুব ছুটিকে আৰু খুব টাৰ্গেটেড দুটা কুৱেশ্যন সুধিম। এটা হ'ল, ইন ইয়ৰ ডিপাৰ্টমেণ্ট আপোনাৰ বাহিৰে এটমছফেৰিক ছায়েন্সত আৰু কোনোবা ফেকাল্টিয়ে ৰিচাৰ্চ কৰি আছে নেকি? ছেকেণ্ড থিং, আপুনি যিটো কাৰেণ্ট ৰিচাৰ্চৰ কথা ক'লে, ষ্টাডিং থাণ্ডাৰষ্টৰ্মছ ইন প্ৰি মনচুন এণ্ড মনচুন অভাৰ নৰ্থ ইষ্ট ইণ্ডিয়া, মই এজিউম কৰিছোঁ দেৰ ইজ এ PhD ষ্টুডেণ্ট ৱৰ্কিং অন দ্য প্ৰজেক্ট।
Yes.
To help the PhD student, are you planning to take any 2 or 3 months long intern in the project?
2 and 3
months long intern, like konoba MSc student jodi intern koribo khoja apunar underot in this project, are you planning to take any intern student?
Most welcome, because our MSc program ase. In MSc program, for 6 months, the students do dissertation. So already we are in the process that students for 6 months, they do the dissertation, their research work in the our lab. And if students from other institutes want to come and interested, they are most welcome. We have our logistic support also. We have some sort of a very small funding to support those internship for MSc students.
Okay, that's great.
So most welcome.
Yes, so if anybody is interested, they can write an email to you.
Sure, definitely. Okay. We will be very happy.
Yeah. I mean, that's one of the goals of our session, to show students like opportunities where they can go and learn about atmospheric sciences. And if anybody is interested to do some, get involved in some study over Northeast India, I think you are one of the perfect person I can see right now. So, and my first question was, in your department, aru kunoba faculty ase neki who is doing research in atmospheric sciences in Kohima Science
Yes,
College?
one more faculty asset. We are grooming him, so of course he has learned many things, and he's mainly actually still he is working for his PhD faculty, and he is mainly working with the electrified cloud shower and non-electrified shower. So rainfall from the electrified cloud and non-electrified cloud. He is working in that field and is showing quite promising result. So he is, as a faculty, he is working, and apart from him, one faculty from West Bengal also he is working, because our one laboratory is in West Bengal also. And
I think
comes, they will find a good environment to work in our lab.
yes, great. So I think we have used up almost all our time. I can see 𝑒𝐚𝐻𝑯𝑥𝗏 Mohenda, apuni jodi shuni ase, we can give you 1 minute.
Before going to Mohenda, so I have a question.
Okay, sorry.
For the speaker. Yeah. So actually, Saror ami mentoring experience or বিষয়ে শুনিলো আৰু Saror ami student-ৰ বিষয়েও এটা আভাস পালো. Dr. Mohen Korok আমি personally জানো, Dr. 𝐒𝐵𝗵𝗺𝗔 Dr. আমি professionally জানো. Yeah. So, sir, আপোনাৰ মানে it's more of a social awareness question. মই আপোনাক সুধিব খুজিছো, during this whole your career, so আপোনাৰ তাত women PhD scholar বা women student or participation কেনেকুৱা? Do you see as a good participation, or it needs to really get improved, or কেনেকুৱা ধৰণৰ sir?
Women as such, full-fledged research scholar, of course, no, but in our MSc dissertation, girls students, they work. They are very hardworking, and but somehow full-fledged researcher is not there, and so more awareness has to be created. More awareness has to be created for that.
Yeah. Okay, thank you, sir. So, আপোনাৰ ডিপাৰ্টমেণ্টত তেনেকুৱা women participate যদি কোনোবাই ভাগ ল'ব খোজে, তেওঁলোকক support কৰিব পৰা কিবা system আছে নেকি? Just logistically হওক বা yeah, whatever way, just to encourage more women participation.
No, as such, there is nothing like special preference for women and all these things. Any researcher, woman, anyone, if somebody has interest, or especially that hunger to do the research or do the work, we provide all the facilities at par with anybody. No issue at all.
Okay.
No issue at all.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Yeah, we can go to Mohenda now.
নমস্কাৰ স্যাৰ।
নমস্কাৰ মহেন, কেনেকুৱা ভাল না?
স্যাৰ মই শুনি আছো।
Okay. So nice to see you.
Yes, sir. Nice to see you, sir. নমস্কাৰ। খুবেই ভাল লাগিল, মানে কহিমাটো মোৰ ৩৬৫ দিন সদায় মনত পৰি থাকে। এটা আছে কেইদিন যিদিনা মানে মই আমাৰ লেবৰ আমাৰ হেৰি কথা নাভাবো, কোনোবা মানে ডাইৰেকশ্যনত আহে আৰু কহিমা, মই খালি যাম বুলি মানে এইবাৰ ভাবিছো, এইবাৰ আহিম।
Yeah, actually our all research scholars once they should come to Kohima College, alumni, and I think some sort of a mini conference of the research scholar, I think it will be a very good idea. So you may coordinate with all the other research scholars, and we can organize some sort of a conference and some other also from the Northeast. So we will be very happy to host all the participants in that. I think we can start from the Kohima meeting of.
I was about to propose that if Kohima College is interested and they are willing and then have the logistics available, then maybe they can plan to do some kind of conference with like scientific conference on convection, so that the integrated effort you were talking about, then you would be able to get the attention we are looking for, and then maybe more people would look into more collaborations can form. So,
yes.
Yeah.
So I think we can work on that.
Yes,
but
definitely.
The thing is,
we should work on that.
Yeah, and of course we will be more than happy to host or to organize, to provide all logistic and whatever things will be required. Only thing is, all of you have to find a time to come to the Kohima. That is a very important point now.
I think once people visit Kohima during nice weather, people would want to go again.
Yes.
খুব ভাল proposal হয় এটো স্যার
Yes.
Conference.
Yes.
Yes.
So all of our research scholars and others like Dr. Vidyut, I don't know when you will get the opportunity to come to India, and but nowadays.
Yes. I mean, once we start, then probably everybody will be able to make time. I mean, not just SMEs or Indian scholars. I mean, we should make it an international event so that we get the attention because we know about Kohima Science College anyways, whether we get the time to come or not, and the kind of work you are doing. But if we can call people like Brian Mapes to Kohima, then I think that's where we would be able to capitalize.
Yes. Let's hope today's meeting will be that
starting of the
point
conference.
Yeah. So that it can really culminate to a conference in the Kohima. I think it will be a very big achievement of today's.
Sure. I hope I have planted the seed.
Yes. So
okay. I think we can. Yes.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, no, I said like we can talk more about that, but I think in the interest of time for today, we will have to
finish it.
Yes. So looking forward for the next conference in the Kohima Science
Yes, definitely.
Yes, sir. If it's a sincere proposal, then we all can sit and then draft a proposal, and then probably 𝐼𝐴𝐺𝐺 can also get involved. So I would like if 𝐼𝐴𝐺𝐺 get involved, and then like we all together make it happen, like an international conference. Our more special request also, sir, yate Vidyut and Mohendra, they're asking for a scientific conference. I would say if we add the outreaching perspective as well, some sessions on science communication and outreaching community, I think that would really add value to the conference as well, considering our communities and awareness.
Just let me add, because time is very short, but briefly let me add. One very important component of atmospheric science research is its social impact.
Yes.
So that also has to be taken into account. That I wanted to mention in my this conversation, that apart from extreme weather, severe weather, microphysics of the clouds and precipitation, if extreme weather and its social impact also can be taken into account, it will be very relevant for the society also. to a common man or to a general people who see everywhere as a impact of the atmosphere or extreme weather system. Yes.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Apunar homoyar karone, apunar valuable, information belakor karone. Aru etia ami session tor shekhor phale ahi paisu. Bidyut, tumi session to ebar summarize kori dia. Aru tar pasat ami session to formally conclude korim.
Okay, thank you. So first of all, big thanks to Dr. Sanjay Sharma sir. So we started with his PhD research, which was on radio physics, and he also told us about how radio physics naturally had a natural connection with atmospheric science. So after that, he studied a raindrop distribution. He told us about that, and he also told us one key thing while discussing his research, that Northeast India, the infrastructure has improved. The IIT and Northeast Space Application Center, Kohima Science College, Dibrugarh University, Gauhati University, all are having the infrastructure wise, they have improved. There is ST radar in GU, Doppler radar, S band in NESAC, and so things have improved. He said Northeast is ready, which is a key statement we have today. More X-band radar. Sare amak koise je Northeast needs more X-band radar because Northeast topography is complex. So X-band radar for our audience, X-band radar is easy to install, plus X-band radar gari ekhonot loi ghurai phurabo pari, mobile. So that's why X-band radar, he suggested we need more of them. But he also urged that we need something like an integrated campaign, like Northeast India integrated campaign with more focused, targeted observational campaigns where we can study the events in Northeast India, because Northeast India is highly unexplored yet. And Tarpasot Sarayama College funding is not an issue. Young people, if they come up with good proposals, they will get funded, provided their proposal is good enough. He also mentioned that new education policy, there is more scope for research, which is a good news. And regarding student, he said researchers should have the hunger in them to be successful. After that, we discussed a little bit about his current research. Jo tekhete mention korise specifically ISRO satellite data, which is crucial because satellite data plus ground-based data loi pelai he is currently studying pre-monsoon and monsoon convections, and then with those observations he is eventually using climate models, for example WRF or WRF, to simulate the events. He also let us know that there is a faculty currently working under his guidance and supervision, plus there is a student working on this project, and also he will be more than happy to host a student to work on his project for a short duration of time. So yeah, I think I didn't miss that. And one key point, he mentioned that there is more awareness needs to be created for more women and female students to take up atmospheric science as their career option. So yep. And yes, most importantly, he expressed his will and intent to conduct and organize, actively be part of an international conference focusing atmospheric science research and outreach in Kohima Science College. We hope to see that happening very soon.
Yeah, with that, thank you, Victor. With that, we are formally concluding the session. Thank you, sir, and thank you for like being here, having this dialogues with us. Hope we will you have a good time with us. Aro ami agolo eneko session ako patim. Ketiaba apunar pora kebol bigyanar bishoye shunim. Ta ajiloi ami manote samorisu. Dhanyabad.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Navanita, Dr. Vidyut, Mohan. Also, thank you very much. It was a very enriching experience, even for me also, talking with all of you, getting new ideas. So I will really cherish this conversation in future too. Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity for conversation. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Bye, Pitu.
Okay.
Yeah.